Finally, some answers. It seems to be bad intel that made UEF soldiers fight each other. This intel comes from one Colonel Cumberbatch. Who is he? How does he know about the vault? And why would he try to kill Renegade Squad? Let's find out.
So, the caravan comes up. The leader of the caravan. Friends, so good to see you. Perhaps we can make some trades.
This is the first day or second?
This is the first day of full work.
Okay.
Oh, we're currently in the middle of taking care of our wounded here.
Wounded?
Insurgents recently attacked the area.
The mountains. It's very dangerous out there this time of year. We don't take the mountain route. Bad folk up that way.
Isn't this all UEF territory?
Well, yeah. I mean, as long as you stay on the main highway, it's usually pretty good. Soldiers, you soldiers keep it really safe, you know. But no, you know, some of them mountain folk out in the wilderness, they get a little kooky. You know, especially during the winter, cabin fever and whatnot.
I see.
It's a very fine uniform you have there. You know, think you can point me in who made it?
The person who made it is dead now.
That's a shame.
Isn't it, though? So tell me, what are you selling?
Oh, we got lots of good things. Hey, bring it up. The rest of the guys bring up the Brahmin, and you see what looks to be various pieces of carcasses. Really, it's like yeah, we brought in some. We got a couple of ants. We got some mirelurk. And actually, a fine piece of kaiju here. Look at this one. Look at this. And him and a couple of guys like reach over and like move some stuff aside and pull out a chunk of, the best you could describe it is armor plating. This piece of material.
Like the LT's armor, perhaps?
No, not quite. The LT's armor actually looks like that stuff over there. Something on one of the other Brahmin. But no, this stuff is very thick. And like he knocks on it once and it sounds kind of like knocking on maybe not metal, but ceramics. Like heavy, like metal laced kind of ceramic stuff. Yeah.
How did you manage to come across that?
Oh, well, Jägermeisters, they bring them down every now and then. It's hard to believe when you see these things. They're stories tall, and they just surround them, take out their legs, and that kind of thing. You really should see them in action sometime if you haven't. Anyway, you know, you can make some great stuff out of this. I mean, that armor looks pretty nice, but, you know, maybe, you know, thicker chest piece or something, you know?
What passes for currency these days? And they'd say that quietly to the gentleman beside him.
Oh.
The guy, the sergeant, like, reaches into a pocket that, you know, well, here's a question. Did you give those guys back their things? I mean, obviously, I'm assuming you didn't give them back their weapons, but did you give them back
Their personal effects, yeah.
Okay. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a handful of bottle caps.
Didn't we throw away a sack of these?
And gives me a shit-eating grin.
It just gives you like,
Wow. Roger that.
He also has pulls out a wallet made out of some kind of nameless leather, and has actually, now that you think about it, it's probably Brahmin leather. And he pulls out a couple of pieces of paper that have UEF stamped on them.
Right.
And you can see this ghoul watching this whole interchange. He's like, if you're strapped for caps, then we got some cheaper things around. We brought in some ant jelly. Pretty good stuff.
The sad thing is we could probably trade them, like somebody's wired reflexes for whatever the hell we want.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Wired reflexes takes a long time to remove.
That's true.
We could give them a cyber lip. A cyber finger for anything we wanted, really.
And there's a whole matter of installing.
It'd be an interesting way to give somebody the FU on the bird. Just
Here's a middle finger for you.
Huh.
What am I supposed to do with this? Sit on it and spin.
Let's see here. We've got some. We got plenty of meat. We got roach meat, ant meat. I think I've got. Some firelurk. It's pretty good.
No, we've got enough rations to keep us going through supply.
Well, if you ever get tired of just the normal rations, fix up some things a little bit, we can help out with that. No. Tough crowd.
Oh, I'm not there. I'm sorry.
No.
Singing in my head.
Well,
Just listen while you work. Hacking up bodies.
we currently find no need for the things that you have here, but you're more than welcome to stay if you need a place to feel safe for the night.
Oh, well, that's very generous of you. I think we'll take you up on that offer. Do I smell something cooking? And it's kind of funny to look at because he doesn't have a nose.
Yes. We're currently burning the deceased.
Oh. Sorry about that.
These things happen in time.
Yeah.
Times of war are upon us.
War is coming.
No. It's war never changes. Get it right. You're crossing the streams, man.
No, what the hell?
They basically get their caravan together, roll into the what's it called? The arrangement of buildings, and
The cul-de-sac.
yeah, they set up in nearby. They seem to know where they're going.
It's almost like they've done this before.
Yeah.
Big bus. Did you catch that? They said something about kaiju Jägermeisters. How about you two? You got
They look aside.
the two business.
You guys don't know something.
No, we grew up in a hole in the ground.
But
Sorry, not there.
the Jägermeisters are They're like, I don't know, they're like a club of guys in power armor. They go and they kill monsters in the waste and sell the corpses.
Huh.
What are the Jägermeisters generally friendly?
They're kind of the level stuff. So type the waste.
And what about the kaiju?
Yeah, don't go swimming. Do that much. They're
Big monster, huge claws, eats metal.
What secondary language did you take?
Let's just put it this way. If you see something climbing out of the water and it's the size of a freaking 6-story building, you go the other way.
Huh.
As fast as possible.
So apparently the Enterprise wasn't crazy. Well,
Yeah,
these
the
two
Enterprise?
The Enterprise. Yeah. Long story short, big boat taken out.
Okay.
Yeah, they mostly live down where Dalian used to be.
Or what?
Dalian? The city?
Yeah. Right.
You remember that
One
city that you tried to shell?
Mm.
Yeah, it's a radioactive waste.
Gotcha.
That's where the kaiju come from. Well, at least that's what they say. I don't know. I've never been down there.
Sounds like a blast and a half. Okay, let's go north.
Only north.
Well, the night goes somewhat uneventfully.
I will take a moment.
Yeah.
In my rounds. To look in on our visitors.
Well, funny you should think to do that. Give me a perception test with a -2.
Everybody?
No, just some.
Or those who are watching it?
No. This is for those who are chopping up bodies.
Okay. 6. Minus 2. Two.
All right. You go check in on these guys, and there's 4 of them. They've set up a fire, and they've hobbled their ramen. Oh, hey, Smoothskin, what can I do for you?
Captain Harris. UEF.
Trashcan Henry. What can I do for it? Well, the Southern Road. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm just wondering how you're still alive. And are all of the men that he's with
No.
Chinese?
Actually, give me a, I guess, logic history. Now that you're getting a better look at these guys.
Military history or just history?
Just history.
Yay. Ooh, 1.
Okay. So the guys he's with, one of them is still wearing his insect helmet. I mean, he's taken off some of the rest of his armor, but he's wearing what looks to be a freaking ant's head, only outrageously large. Probably made of paper mache or something. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Like, it doesn't look like paper mache, but it looks like there's no way it could possibly be real. And then the other 2 guys, they look, they don't quite have the look of Chinese, but I mean, they have an Asian feel to them.
Yeah.
Without more successes, you can't really narrow it down.
I suppose it's possible they're Korean or Japanese if they're descendants of the UAF. Okay. I'm a physician.
Oh, that's nice. It's always good to have a doc around. Waste can be a dangerous place.
No doubt. Can I make an etiquette test to, as politely as possible, ask if I can examine him?
Yeah. Let me see what kind of penalties you can take.
Shit. This is going to be entertaining.
He's trying to be friendly. It's definitely something that would be annoying. Actually, I think I'm going to give you a +1 at this point.
Oh, cool. One. Very nearly a glitch.
I'm in pretty good shape right now, but yeah, I mean, can't hurt.
Lift my eyebrow.
He has no skin.
You sure about that?
Give me intuition medicine. And I mean, he's not completely disrobing here.
No, and I'm not at the moment, I'm not trying to take samples either. I'm just measuring vitals and such. And
he does show you his the bottoms of his feet though, and it's talking about how he's got these bone spurs down there.
Yeah. Well, I could do surgery on those. Three.
So yeah, about that.
There's a heartbeat. He breathes.
Yeah.
Contrary to the evidence that it should be happening at all.
Yes. Although he should also be there's a dozen reasons why this guy should be dead. I mean, with this much skin loss, there's no possible way he could be protecting himself from infection.
Mm.
And
is he radioactive?
With your Geiger counter on, you've been getting background radiation this whole time,
but nothing spikes particularly with him.
Not really. It seems whatever damage or whatever happened to him a while back, and looking at his foot, you would guess that it's calcium deposits built up in the joints, or an arthritis kind of thing.
Also, not necessarily something that I can take care of with surgery.
At least not. If you took off the bone spurs, that would definitely relieve the pain in the joints. But that's kind of an invasive surgery.
Yeah, and not something I have any particular interest in. All right.
But as far as you can tell, every part of him that he's shown is either completely missing its skin or nearly so. And you would call it advanced stages of decay. But something's holding them together.
Pure willpower.
Yeah. Yeah, you would you'd almost feel like he's got to be in severe pain, but he isn't acting like he's in severe pain. I mean, actually, now you think about it, if the skin is decaying, then the nerves are probably dead too. So if he isn't feeling severe pain.
All right. Well, thank you.
No problem.
If you need anything, let me know.
Of course. And, if you're ever wandering around and see one of us, happy to take you along with us. Or if you want, a job after you're done serving your time, docs are always high going in the caravan community.
No doubt. Do you know a Colonel Cumberbatch?
Yeah. Up at the mountain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right. Kind of got a stick up his butt, but nothing personal.
Oh, no doubt. I only know him by reputation myself. We're on our way to the mountain for a reassignment.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you guys heading out tomorrow?
In a couple of days. I have some wounded that still require treatment. Probably going to be installing a new leg.
New leg, huh? Well, if you need...
It's an obvious sign of it.
Where'd you say you were from?
Florida province.
And you see, he doesn't have that expressive of face.
Yeah.
But you kind of see that safety wall kind of drop down, as if he is now realizing that he's in a lot deeper than he thought he was to begin with.
Doodles. Cool. Because I do not have any con whatsoever.
That's good to know. All right.
France. We are from France.
France? What's that? Where's that?
That's my answer from now on.
Where'd you say you're from?
France. We are from France.
Why do you think we have this ridiculous accents? Is there anybody else up there we can talk to?
No.
Now go away, or I shall taunt you as sick inside.
All right. The next day, before the sun comes up, they're gone.
Of course. Well,
If somebody's
already watching them.
Yeah, I
I'd
mean,
be
if
watching
somebody
them.
wanted to stop them, but they assembled their stuff in the middle of the night, some point, and took off. And they didn't leave anything behind.
Apparently, Cumberbatch has a stick up his ass.
Maybe you can surgically remove that stick in my boot. I'm sure it would be a useful weapon when he runs out of ammo.
We need to be building a case against this guy.
I'm not.
I mean, at the very least, he was negligent in his orders and the murder of his fellow soldiers. I mean, I could run a list of the charges that we could bring against the guys that we have with us right now. And in a time of war in a theater of combat, any number of them would give them the death penalty.
I look at the two men that we have with us. You know them as only following orders.
But I identified us as UEF.
In that firefight, nobody heard you.
There's a lot of things that identify us as UAF. They were operating under the assumption that we were insurgents using.
True, which is why I respect your decision not to bring these men up on charges.
As it stands, I believe that we should take what we have as far as the information that we receive from the data pad and things like that, and the testimony of these two soldiers will bring them forward to command when they arrive. The fact that they took their information from the supply sergeant already shocks and appalls me.
Do we have Ike's datapad or Pip-Boy or anything?
Unfortunately, Ike was at the very back.
Okay. So
And
he's
his
buried
body
under
hasn't been
tons of
recovered.
rubble. Okay. Okay. I did fail my sleeping test
Okay.
for the 2 nights that we were going to be
Yeah.
staying here.
No edge back, huh?
Nope. It's okay. I only have 3 edge to begin with. I've spent 2 of it. I've got 1 left.
Hey, on the bright side, when your character is at that dead point, you got to burn a point of edge to stay alive. You're not really losing that much.
The XP cost to get back is much less.
All right, so we'll accelerate in time. You
By
have
the way, the Cumberbatch guy is going to know we're coming. Was it that guy?
You think so? And this week we'll get there first.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
he has a whole day head start. Maybe a day and a half. But you guys get everything done that you wanted to. You can recover quite a bit of ammunition if you would like to between everybody that's here. And so you have basically as many, assuming you want to carry them.
Well, I know who's going to carry it.
Yeah.
8 guys in power armor.
You have, well, the fact of the matter is also it's importability having this many of them. You have about 20 Colt M23s.
Those are assault rifles, right?
Yeah, although some of them are pretty well damaged. So maybe a dozen of them are in, misrepair, but usability.
I'm thinking material that we don't need on this journey, we stash here or somewhere along the way, so that we cart out everything, and then at our first stop, we dump it out. Find a place to make a cache. What do you think?
Sounds good to me. What do you think? That sounds perfectly fine and doable.
All right. The road from here turns north fairly directly to follow the river. This is used to be the border between China and North Korea. And other than the main road, you guys start seeing villages along the river. I'm not going to say it's like a high population density, but you are seeing quite a few people living in this area. And the further
Basically farms.
Yeah, farms and fisheries, and also you're seeing a level of civilization. It's not like, we're not talking about industrialized society here, but you are seeing, some amount of city planning going on. Evidence that people are using, walls and such to keep out things. Who knows what? But streets, they aren't like paved.
Like walls, like only like 6-8 feet high walls, or are we talking like 20, 30 foot
it's
high, 10 feet thick?
No, these are maybe 60 feet tall, and everything from basically scrap metal and corrugated tin kind of things to make the walls to there's actually some made out of timber, like an actual timber wall. And you see actually a number of soldiers at various times. And, they kind of seem to look at you guys strange. You seem to be knowing what you're doing, and you do have the sergeant in his uniform guiding the way. So maybe, I don't know, no one stopped you yet.
I just have the music from Forrest Gump in my head now. Each one of them walking through the rice paddies.
And yeah, there is rice being grown here. They are actually in the planting season, or they are just now starting to plant their paddies. You guys are pretty certain that it is spring, and in fact,
so it's like a late spring snow that we had.
Yeah, there seems to be some celebration or another still going on as you pass by. Like people are sort of have a festive feel to themselves. There's some people are you can see there's like some old folks on tables or on porches as you go by that are built making paper lanterns. Like some women and children are doing it, and the elderly. Anyway, you guys go around a bend in the river and come out and see a good 12-foot tall wall ahead of you around the bend. It has guards and organized guard posts. There are huge gates. They're big enough that you could probably drive a tank, assuming anybody had one, through them with a little bit of room to spare. And there is actually a raised bridge wall section going across the river to the remains of a looks like bombed out bridge. There's a section, the northern section is intact. This is what their wall goes up to. And then they have built on like an extension onto it to the southern shore. And rising up on the mountain behind them is a section of the Great Wall of China. It has the classic look that you recognize with that Great Wall, and built up around it and up into the side of this mountain is a fairly extensive city. All the forest here has been cleared, and there is a basically city building its way up this southern face of this mountain. And as you guys approach, you see some guards at the gate that are taking people's papers. And there's a small line of people at the gate.
So how we get approaching this actually?
That's kind of a good question, because unless you guys kept your papers throughout the years, you don't have permission to enter the city. Only citizens.
Huh. Do you look like civilians?
No,
Paper, you mean like a sheet of paper?
like identification.
Contacts.
That might work. But right with her.
Yeah, they're carrying a whole bunch of shit in front of them. The assault rifles might be something with the and I question where we got them from.
And you guys stashed those. We're talking about stashing those along the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like at our first campsite.
Well, you actually can travel this distance in one day.
And we should stash them at the.
Back at the near the vault. Or?
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess to stash them and be a survival test. So logic survival.
Mr. McCarthy.
Logic survival.
I will support.
That puts me at 5 dice.
Huh?
I've got 8.
So I will be support.
Very good.
Sorry, you're confusing this character with my other character.
I am.
Other character is ridiculous with 3 stuff to survive. But that's not sure. I will give you 2.
Should really have this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. You find like a good spot to stash things you think will avoid detection. So anyway,
We could booby trap it.
you could definitely do that too.
I don't have damage.
You guys have
You would have what?
demolition. So yes, you could booby trap it.
Simmons. Simmons can't do it. He's not an explosive person. All right. Caboose is this explosive person.
No.
No.
Because we want this stuff back.
Yeah.
Very safe now. Yes. Ignore the explosions.
So he was shot in the back. Again, we are not blaming anyone. It's nobody's fault.
Anyway, somebody is going to have to take point on tracking your way to the gate.
Not
Okay, so
I'll take care of it.
yeah, what's your charisma con or charisma leadership? Or I was
It's going to be con.
It's a beacon.
All the way con.
unless we're going to bribe.
No,
Then that
that
would be
would be that would be leadership.
No, negotiation.
There you go.
Bribing is negotiation.
Okay.
But either way, we're going to be lying to them at some point.
So what's your charisma con?
I don't have any comment.
So what's your charisma? 4. So you have 3. Well, that puts me at 5.
They're playing the rough.
Great.
Or we could try to intimidate our way in.
We could take the tactics of the genetically engineered people. Give one of us general stars, and if every time someone asks a question, that's a stupid question.
Oh, from Stargate?
DS9.
No, DS9, yes.
Yeah. How did you guys get out? Well, we dressed Patrick as an admiral. And anytime anyone would ask a question, we'd say, that's a stupid question.
I don't think that's going to work as well. I mean, you can go for it. Try it.
Okay, so
Probably not.
are we lying, negotiating, or intimidating?
Well, we're lying. Because we don't have papers.
Okay. So you've got con, right?
I got con, so I have 5 dice total.
Are you going to try to support him over here, Patch Adams?
Sure.
Get the
Why
other
not?
2 dingbats to support us too.
Sergeant
Yeah.
and
To capture person.
the other guys. The other guy's just a private. The guy that's a private.
I need one
That could be a critical switch.
critical dick.
Well,
It doesn't do
since
anything.
he's supporting it's not a problem.
So how many did I get? 4 successes. Okay, I can take 3 of that.
You got 4 successes.
I got 1.
Okay, this is something else. Ignore what I just rolled.
So just 1?
Yeah.
No other? Oh,
Well, Sarge can support you in the fact that he's actually a legitimate person.
okay.
I
But
could just give him the straight
well,
dice pool bonus
a straight dice pool bonus.
with plausible evidence.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
There's a table for this.
Yes, that's important tables. Yeah, you can get a +2, and then well, it is potentially harmful to this character. So, yeah, so it's going to be a -1 total.
So my base dice pool +1 from him, but -1.
Yeah.
So it's my dice pool.
Yeah,
Roll edge. Yeah.
spend the extra roll to add that to it.
This is why you always get 6 edge.
But you're human, you could have gotten 7 edge.
Don't mess with my logic.
I gave you +1 logic at 5 years old.
Oh, son of a crap. Oh, I got 2.
Did you use edge?
I used edge.
Well, your security guard here got 3. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to need to see your papers, soldier. All of your papers. And you can almost hear the latex glove snapping to his wrist.
And does he have a rank on or insignia?
Yeah, this is an LT.
Lieutenant.
He has rank insignia and many guys with big guns and a whole fucking city behind him.
Yep.
Well, see, I outrank him, so I'm just trying. I'm basing. What if I?
He's a first.
So, can I try to do intimidation using rank?
Yeah.
And then, so basically,
That's a stupid question.
It's a stupid question.
I'm basically going to be like, we don't have any papers. Do you see the men standing behind me? Half of them are wounded and injured. I need to get into this goddamn city and report to the brass before I get my ass chewed. And if I get my ass chewed, I swear to God, I will rain shit down on you so hard that you'll fucking wish you were deployed over into fucking Shenyang.
All right. So for intimidation,
Because shit rolls downhill.
you will get to add your rank points to this. That's so yeah, you add +2 from your rank. But let's see. Intimidation.
This is going to go so well.
They outnumber you, so that's a -2.
I can support you. What's your dice pool?
Both of you are wielding weapons, so that's kind of a wash.
My dice pool so far,
Yeah.
8.
I wouldn't put you at really physically imposing.
Okay, you're one above me.
With the power armor, I think I'll give you guys the edge there. So that's... he's now suspicious of you, so that's -2. And it's still potentially harmful.
So it's another -1.
No, it's -3. So the total is -5 right now. Plus your rank, which is +2, so that takes it down to -3.
And I will support.
No romantic attraction, no ace of hole. No known street cred. Yeah, okay.
Shouldn't I get a bonus for plausible story due to the fact that I have injured men following me?
Well, that's not having injured men is not exactly a good intimidation strategy.
I'll give you 2. So you have total -1 from your face dice.
And that'll be 3, 7.
7?
Yes,
You spent edge on that?
I did. I went into this goddamn city, sir.
Yeah, he kind of does the standing at straighter attention while you yell into him, and you can almost see him swaying with each tone of your voice.
Each fluctuation.
Yeah, fluctuation of your voice. And
Apparently, you got the guy who's particularly afraid of getting assigned to the siege.
yeah. And so he basically I'm gonna need to clear this, but let's move these guys through for now. And so he starts like taking people's tags for now.
Dog tags?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like writing down there
Okay.
what's on their tags for as they go through.
Okay.
You guys get you guys have a lot of eyes on you, and mainly because you're coming through in some really weird power armor. Well, some of you are. I mean, not all of you are attracting that much attention, but
They're a little more pristine and a little more different.
Yeah, and there's the fact that your teeth don't suck, and your weaponry's in a little bit better shape than is common around here.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you're from some other parts. You know, maybe you're Florida province or something.
I should have said Wyoming province.
You should have said what?
Wyoming.
Wyoming province.
Probably province. Haven't heard of that one.
It's near Texas.
Texas.
All right, so push on through, take the squad.
Okay. The city, like I said, it kind of starts heading up this mountainside, and
It's not like Minas Tirith, is it?
no, it's not built in like tiers like that. But it kind of seems to follow the wall itself. And there's like a major overroad that goes on top of the wall. That seems to be like a military thoroughfare. So the common folk aren't allowed permission on it. But this guard, actually, lieutenant, he actually puts you guys on that road heading towards the hospital. Give me all you guys, give me a perception test. With +2.
Not bad.
I got 2, which is not less than I could buy, but
I got 4.
6.
Wow.
Not bad. That's great.
When this lieutenant turns around,
what's your
with
mental
2
limit?
7.
Damn.
With the 2 successes, when he turns around, you notice that under like his sleeve, he has a bolt hit play on his arm. And well, maybe not Volt, but it is a pit boy.
Hmm.
With the 4, yeah, you're pretty certain that's your Volt's technology there. And when you look around, you're like, that's kind of weird. You look around and you see a couple of the guards here have pieces of equipment that is reminiscent of your Vault. There's like a scrap of cloth there, a pair of boots there. That helmet looks different than the rest of them, and kind of, it doesn't have the same markings anymore that it used to, but that looks like it could be one of your guys.
That's a Mark 19 helmet.
Yeah. With 7 successes, yeah, you see a lot of evidence of it. These soldiers here on the wall here, and I mean the outer wall, not the main wall, the Great Wall. There is a hodgepodge of pieces of vault equipment on all of these guys, just about. And you see at least one other pit boy. But anyway, you guys are moved along.
I know about his father, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was one of the bodies you looked over.
Getting me a slow boil going, I think.
Okay.
Starting to put things together. I had my suspicions. Because he was missing his pit boy, right?
Yep.
Yep.
He was missing everything, pretty much, except the clothes on his back. Even those were desecrated, I guess would be the best word.
Yeah, I'm getting angry.
Okay. You guys are moved up partway up the mountain, and then there's a ramp that leads off to the hospital. And actually, it's not too bad a looking of a building. It seems that they've actually used some stone construction for this.
Yeah.
And it's been whitewashed and has a big red cross. But you move
I will
in.
give a slight smile.
Yeah.
But I'm there's a tightness in the pit of my stomach.
Mm.
I'm afraid of what I'm going to find in here.
All right.
Proceed in.
When you go inside, there's like a reception area. Well,
No, the place is clean. You wouldn't call it antiseptic, but it is clean. And it is like curtained off in the back area from the rest of the entryway. The people are wearing pretty nice clothes, and there's a couple of doctors about that are sitting and drinking tea or coffee, something like that, over at some tables nearby. And they see all the wounded coming in, and they're dropping their things and getting up, coming to see what the situation is. One of the doctors takes charge. What's the situation here?
I will give him the triage information on everybody.
He actually kind of raises his eyebrows at your no doubt detailed and comprehensive response. I didn't know we had somebody competent before. All right, bring him in.
And then he sees this. Well, no, probably saw the cyborg arm on him. Like, what? And then they bring in more. They got Sir. He's
Yeah,
like,
he looked you in the eyes and kind of had a double take moment. And then you kind of see. Well, give me the judge intentions, the charisma plus intuition.
damn. 4.
Yeah, there's a moment of recognition and then a conscious decision to ignore it. And like a look. Yeah. So, and then he kind of starts going back to what he was doing as if he didn't see anything.
Double think.
And he starts getting everybody, all the wounded back into the back area.
Or he's a potential ally or enemy. We'll have to wait and see.
And or.
Okay.
Those of you who are not injured and not medically inclined are basically shuffled out of the way as a lot of doctors and nurses start coming to work.
All right. So once I get my men into the infirmary, I go to see
Our wonderful supply officer, and has to be pointed at.
So I don't think she's here. See? We're not.
He's supposed to be, from what they told you, he's somewhere in the mountain.
Oh, we're at that mountain.
You're at the mountain, Crouching Tiger Mountain.
What
I thought
did
we
you
were
think
at
we were?
a mountain.
No. You are at the mountain. You are in the belly of the beast. At least if you're an enemy of these folks living there.
So yeah, I'm going to move off to go find my supply captain.
All right.
Lieutenant Stapleton.
What are standing orders?
Don't make an ass out of yourself.
Are you taking anyone with you?
Anybody's free to come, they can come, except for that sergeant and that private. They're both coming with me.
Okay. There's 8 guys in power armor that don't know anything about medical issues. I mean, realistically, don't know anything about medical issues.
So realistically, they can follow me as well. I can use a little personal entourage as I go to chew this guy's ass.
That leaves me kind of alone. What am I going to do?
Go with him
Okay.
and do it quiet.
Okay, yeah. Fine, sure.
Look, there's a back door there. Go out and go invisible.
Basically, that.
All right. So you guys start going off.
I didn't think it was fair. And I mean, we're doing this in pure 100% military fashion, like we are a regiment flying to well-oiled machine.
Yeah. You definitely have people moving out of your way. The 8 guys with you are somewhat physically imposing, and if they ever say anything, people might be scared of their of their character. Their character might scare people off.
They're laser gatling.
And their physically imposingness and weaponry, yeah, definitely puts people off. So anybody who is not here with 10 of his friends is probably going to get out of your way. Meanwhile, back at the medical facility,
Yes.
you see the doctor that looked at you, did the double take. You notice him talking to one of his nurses and points at you and points at the door. And she leaves.
I'm going to be assisting the treatment of my patients
Okay.
until I'm told to bugger off. Or if or until.
There is definitely an initial point where they try to be like, yeah, rude, get out of my way. Because these guys seem to be professional doctors. And surgeons for that matter. But when after they see you in action, they're like, okay, wait, what? And
I'm pulling scalpels and iodine and shit out of my arm.
Yeah, that's not common. So there are a couple people here
because like I have a red cross painted on my on the inside of my forearm.
Nice. There are a couple people here with cyberware. Yours is
of a much higher class. But there are some people here with cyberware.
There's our hand-me-down.
Not necessarily. And there is at least one eye, not amongst the doctors, but there you have seen evidence of cyberware throughout the city, if that's something you would be looking for.
Yeah. And my sensor will ping it.
Yeah.
Within like 15 meters, I think, is the range of the cyberware scanner.
Okay. There is a patient here who has an eye replacement and a pretty serious like scar around their orbital. But
I think I'm going to I'm gonna break off, I think, and look at the guy with the eye who's in for treatment.
Okay.
And I want to try and see if I can do anything for him, and also pump him for information.
all right. So start off with give me a logic plus cyber
Technology.
Cyber technology.
Five.
Yeah, you start looking at things, kind of open things up a little bit and look at the innards. And it's competently done. It seems fully functional and like it's built to last. It's not as intricate as some of the stuff you've seen, but it's, it seems to have been done by somebody who knows what they're doing. And that's when you notice like a trick that
The Dr. Pedler showed you. That was something that was
kind of like his signature. And you see a piece in there that's done that way. And you remember that you read out of the textbook how to do things, and then he said, no, this way is better. And you have like a chill across your spine.
Which means somebody he trained is here. Or installed this eye.
This eye had to have been built or designed or installed by somebody who knows that same trick. So maybe somebody came across it independently.
I'm going to ask him who installed his eye where he. Basically, I want to know, in casual conversation, how he lost his eye.
Yeah.
Where he got his new one, and who installed it.
He says he's pretty embarrassed, but he actually lost his eye to a bloat fly.
Oh.
They actually they can actually shoot their stingers out, and he caught one. And you're like, oh, and so who actually did the work on your eye here? And he's like, looks up behind you, at which point some of what you hear a voice saying, oh, that would be me. So in the meantime,
Sucker.
the other two
Over an hour.
you guys are traveling along towards the supply your stealth. The supply area is another branch off of the Great Wall, but it's further along towards the top of the mountain. And at least for the military, it is. In fact, they say it's on the other side of the mountain. So you guys have to go all the way to the top. And it's a bit of a hike. It's not terribly far. It's only about another mile further. But it is a bit of a climb. As you guys are going up over the mountain, you see artillery emplacements. positioned along the ridgeline. Some of these are pretty big guns, and they seem to be in pretty dang good shape. There's not rust showing on them. They are well upkept, and there are gun crews, or there are soldiers up here. At least one of the guns is being worked on as you guys pass by. They're basically polishing the metal on the guns.
It's like shining brass in the Navy. The job's never actually done.
Yeah. And yeah, you guys get a lot of eyes watching you going by. You make quite the procession.
I'm sure. I'm rather pissed.
As long as you guys don't get too close to any of the guns, no one stops you. So,
I don't plan to. I'm going straight for my supply.
okay. As you guys come over the top of the mountain, you see a valley stretching out before you and the ruins of a city. There is sections of it that seem to have been reclaimed, but for the most part, the city seems to be in a pretty sad state of disrepair. But it looks like it used to be a fairly sizable one. And you're starting to go back down when you pull off to the sorry, those. We're going to pull off to the side. There's basically a warehouse or two and a lot of empty space full of crates and boxes and things. There's a couple of like awnings with various stuff underneath them. And there is a like fenced off area with barbed wire and everything that has an awning over the top of it too, and underneath is about a dozen sets of power armor. And there's like spotlights there around that area.
Man in power armor?
No, just suits. There's
Just
nobody
suits
inside.
power armor. Perfect. Right.
Like when they park the tanks out front.
Yeah. Pretty much. But this area is, like I said, fenced off and barbed wire.
Okay.
You guys go to the main office.
Yeah.
When you come in, there's a guy with shot glass sized glasses typing away at a keyboard.
Ethnicity?
Oh, he's white. He's very, very white.
Like pale white or
Like, he doesn't really get up during the daylight hours. So pale.
I'll ask for his commanding officer.
He like pushes the glasses up on the bridge of his nose. He's not in right now.
Where is he?
Not in.
And not in would mean he's somewhere else. I would like to know where that somewhere else is.
He finally looks over at you, sees the bars, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Captain," and like gets up and I'll go find him right now.
Sit your ass back down, son. Sit down.
Yes, sir. He sits down.
Tell me about your CF.
Colonel Cumberbatch. He's great. Colonel.
Spit it out, son. Relax.
He actually reaches into his mouth and pulls out like a piece of, you guessed, gum, and like flicks it off his finger into the trash can. But sorry, sir.
Colonel Cumberbatch,
Does he do any work with Intel?
Um, I, well, I mean, he gets information from a lot of different places because of all the places that work with supply. So, yeah, I mean, and he's kind of looking at you like he wants an answer, like wants you to give him the answer.
I'm not giving you any answers, sir, son. I'm not. This is for you to tell me, not me to tell you.
Maybe I should get the colonel here. Like I can just call him right up and then he can tell you more than
How
I
about
can.
you give me your goddamn honest answer?
Um. Uh, um.
Now, son.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he always does whatever it is that's needed for the UEF to be a greater force in this place.
Son, you got about to the count of 3 to stop kissing my ass and tell me what I want to hear.
I don't know what you want to hear.
Where does he get his information? What is his primary source of intel? For I assume that this man's army has an intel division.
Yeah, of course.
So then why is he passing out intel himself?
Well, the colonel, he does like trades with a lot of different folks that sometimes wouldn't talk to a normal soldier. It can be kind of scary, just like you sometimes.
Right. So, well, and I'm going to take a seat across from him in the chair, obviously, across from the desk, try to make myself a little less nerve-wracking. I'm going to send the boys to stand outside to watch the area outside. Relax, son. Take a big, deep breath. Count to 10.
You can see his lips moving.
Yeah. Now, Colonel Cumberbatch passed out some intel to a group of soldiers, a specific patrol, in fact, about a group of Chinese insurgents in the south. Do you remember hearing or seeing anything about that?
No, I don't know anything about Chinese insurgents. I mean, if you wanted to know how many assault rifle bullets we have here, I got that right here.
So none of the intel passes through you? You don't send out any memos or write any emails?
Oh, no, I do lots of that. I mean, like, I gotta keep track of all the parts and the bits and the things that we got here.
So I'm going to go through the lieutenant's little data.
Start looking at his computer. Because he has, like, a full-on, like, desktop computer here.
Yeah, I'm going to start going through his, and I'm like, pull me up.
Oh, the sergeants, or, like, the LT's data.
Yeah. I'm going to go, pull me up the email that's marked on such and such a date at this time.
I can't get into the colonel's personal email.
You don't ever send emails?
Well, I mean, not. I mean, yeah, but I send it from the supply, not from his personal emails.
So this, that right there is his personal email?
He like adjusts his glasses again. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Where's this computer at, son?
He kind of turns and looks towards a door behind him that's locked. Well, that's shut. I don't know. Supposed to let anybody in there.
There's a colonel on there.
No.
He's not.
No.
Do you know where the colonel's at?
Probably doing his duty somewhere out here.
So why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you ring up the colonel and tell him he's near at the front gate?
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Oh, I'll do that right away.
Simmons!
Sir!
Punch a hole through that door.
Comes
You might
over.
want to test the knob first.
Nope. I want him to know that somebody was here.
Kerchuk. It doesn't stand before that. It doesn't stand before that kind of force.
Perfect. Gonna walk in. Is this computer unlocked?
His computer is off.
Turn it on.
Boots up and asks for your password.
Simmons.
Cracks his knuckles, pulls off his gauntlets for a second, and starts tapping away.
Oh, and while I'm sitting inside of that room, I'm going to lean out where the little supply sergeant can see me, and I go, I think it's time for you to take lunch.
That seems like a good idea.
And he's basically he has pulled up a I guess it'd be a military issue Pit Boy kind of thing, and has typed something into it. Simmons starts going to town and seems to be struggling a little bit. At which point, after being at it for almost an hour, you hear a sort of a verbal electronic symbol or signal, and then a pop and hiss. And you look in there, and there's smoke coming out of the computer. And Simmons is holding his hands back like, that wasn't me. I swear I didn't do that.
Simmons, get your gloves back on.
Yes, sir.
I think those are only lead there. All right, let's move up and we'll get the we'll get the sergeant and I'll tell him, take me to high command.
Okay.
And once we get to high command, you're dismissed. You may go back, do whatever it is you need to do amongst this town. But if I hear one single word about anything that I've done here and it traces back to you, I'll leave you for whatever wild animals are out here.
Yeah, I'll go and see if I can track down the guys that way. There's a lot of others to work on.
All right. So I'm heading off to high command.
All right. It's down at the northern end of the wall. And as you walk in that direction, you catch a figure out of the corner of your eye that's watching you very closely. And I mean, you've had a lot of people like staring at you, but this one has something like held against his mouth. And when you look at him, he immediately looks away and then walks around the corner. And I think we're going to leave it at that point for this session.
Right as I was about to go run down his ass too.
Well, it's not a cliffhanger for now, but
Touche. We'll see you next week, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodbye.
Bye.